What's up, everybody? Thank you for stopping by the channel. Today we are going to be talking about a lot of things, so if you're up for a listen and you got a little bit of free time, we'll get right into it right after this intro. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and jump into it, right? Mystery. Why have I been gone for like 4 months? Well, I'm going to tell you all about it. So the last video I posted was March 29th, and I had just completed a 90-hour fast and lost a good amount of weight doing so without any exercise. Now, my plan was to do another 90-hour fast and do some exercise with it to see if I would lose even more weight. Well, stuff started to happen. My grandmother turned 90 in April, and we did a little bit of something then, and that was like the first week of April. Now, fast forward through April, we had some trips that went on, so like my filming was a bit off. Unfortunately, it wasn't intended, it just was something that happened. Now, go from April to May. At the end of May, me and my wife were supposed to go to Houston, and the unexpected happened. Well, most of you may know, I don't know if I've mentioned, but I have the ability to work from home. And because I have that ability to work from home, my home office is in the basement. So I was getting a work call, and I'm running down the steps to answer the call. And, well, let me pause right there. Back up a little bit. So I believe I mentioned this as well. I used to do track and basketball in high school. Now, I injured myself playing basketball. I tore my ACL when I was in high school. I did not get surgery because the doctor said that I was a coper. I had full range of motion. There was no need for any surgery. Fast forward, and I was still able to do track, so that was good. Now we can pick back up where I just left off. Coming down the steps, and well, actually, pause again. So the doctor did say that because it wasn't repaired, that eventually I would be walking and the knee would just give out, right? Now, over the course of the years, I have had what's called slippage. That's probably not a medical term, but that's how they explain it, right, to the lame person that's not a doctor. And basically what happens is if you think of your knee, just think of it going to the side. And that's basically kind of like slippage. So over the course of the years, I have had it slip out, and I say out as if you know what I'm talking about or the feeling, but it slips out. And when it does, normally it only takes, it's painful, but it only takes like maybe a couple of days for the swelling to go down, and then I'm back to fully functioning. Okay, now we can jump into me going down the steps to answer this work call. So I go down the steps to answer the work call, and I'm like booking it down the steps because it's like somebody important and I need to answer this call. So I'm coming down the steps, and every time I think about this, I cringe. So I'm coming down the steps, and it's my right knee, and I'm like coming down the steps sideways, right? So, and it's real hard. Just think of somebody running down the steps really hard. So coming down the steps, my knee slips out. I feel like it's broke, but you can't break it, right? So, but it slips so far that I can't even describe it. It is a pain like I won't even be able to explain over video. Super painful. I get to my desk like hopping to the chair. I answer the call, trying to be as calm as I possibly can. Thank God my mother was actually over here helping me with an issue that I had like outside. My daughter was also here, and she said, well, after I finished the call, I like yelled because they thought everything was fine because I jumped right on the call. After the call ended, I'm like screaming up the steps, and my mom comes in. Daughter comes down the steps. I'm like, Mom, I need help. It is bad. And so normally, like, nothing visibly was wrong. Like, you know, it instantly got swollen. Think of a watermelon on your knee. Like, that's how big it was. And so something just didn't feel right with it, because remember, I had experienced this before, but not this bad. So I told my mom, I was like, you know, I'm gonna need, and thankfully my dad has always said, if we get any type of medical equipment, the boots, the crutches, anything that they give us to save it. So we actually have like 2 sets of crutches in the garage because of this. I said, I'm gonna need the crutches because I can't walk, and I'm gonna need some ice to try to get this swelling down. And, you know, I stayed downstairs to finish out, you know, my working day as much as I possibly could. Thank God nothing came through that needed my immediate attention or anything like that. And so I went upstairs the next day. Like, I'm like, when I say I went up the steps, think of me going up the steps on my butt, using my arms to get me up the steps. And I had to go up 2 flights of steps. So one from my basement and then the next to get up to my actual room. So yeah, arms were burning. The next day I go to patient first, which I should not have done. I should have went to the ER and I didn't, but they recommend that I go to see a specialist, of course. So I go see the specialist, and, you know, I give him my story about, you know, the old ACL injury, blah, blah, blah. He does another x-ray because he sees the x-ray that I got done at like the Minute clinics. And he's like, okay, you know, you got a little bit of arthritis in your knee, but that's probably because of your old ACL injury. That's gonna be what happens, blah, blah, blah. And we just gotta, what I'm gonna do is put you in some physical therapy to help it get better, and I'm gonna give you this cortisone shot. Listen, I have never had a cortisone shot before in my life, but I tell you one thing, when he gave me that shot, it wasn't instant relief, but when I got home, maybe about 4 hours after that, the pain wasn't gone, but it has seriously subsided. So listen, that cortisone shot is like magic. But I still could barely walk, and for basically the month of June, I was basically in PT. June and July, really, I was in PT for about 2 months. I don't think I started to be able to walk without assistance until maybe mid-July, and I was doing a lot of icings. And I'm sure I'll probably either put a picture up, or I'll put a picture up now of me just kind of sitting on the couch with my leg up and everything like that. But it's been a traumatic few months, and I tell you right now, I am very blessed to be able to walk. I know it was, you know, it's something that, you know, people may go through, but you never know how much you want to get up, get outside, and walk around until you can't do it. And I tell you now, having somebody wait on you hand and foot, you know, as far as my wife, she did a good job, but, you know, I hated to have her do that. I'm normally like the doer, so, you know, having to rely on somebody and that type of thing isn't my jam. So I'm walking again. As you can see, I'm walking around. Still a little shaky because I have to build up the strength around my leg, basically. Still no surgery. I got cleared from the doctor July 31st. Today is August the 4th. So I am going to be hardcore trying to get the strength built up around my leg, around my knee. And basically that's just increasing the strength of all the muscles that are around it that help support it, so it won't be weak. So this is why I'm doing the video. This is why I've been absent and not present. So I want to jump into now. This is a long video, guys. If you don't watch it all, it's okay, but I feel like I gotta get everything out. So during this time, for the pain meds that I had to eat, right? So you have to eat with these pain meds. So I fell off the wagon, so to speak, with fasting, because the pain, guys, I can't even explain it to you, and I hope you never have to experience it. But the pain it was pretty intense while I'm sleeping. You know, you can't really move around, and it's just bad news. So I had to stop fasting in order to eat with the meds, and I feel miserable. I feel miserable now. I felt miserable then. Clearly I've gained weight, because remember, like I always say, this is a lifestyle change. So if my lifestyle reverts back to eating and I'm no longer fasting, I'm gonna gain weight. I knew that, right? It's been what, several months? I would say two full months of me, you know, eating and not fasting. So it's really been tough for me. And I'm starting off slow with fasting at least, you know, a minimum of the 16 hours. So next week I'm gonna jump back I'm gonna see what I can do. That's what I'm gonna do. Me and my wife have a little laugh, and it's probably not funny to people, but we have a little laugh because she watches my 600-pound life, and I guess the doctor now who's on there says that you've eaten enough, you know, to last you a couple of months. So I feel that way. So I feel like I can jump back into fasting full force. And I love my wife because she knows that challenges motivate me, right? So she said to me, how about this? How about we have a challenge, and whoever loses the most weight before we're supposed to go to the DR for her birthday. So how about we have a challenge, and whoever loses the most weight gets something. And I probably didn't, I haven't mentioned this, but went to the foot doctor. Foot doctor suggested that I get a pair of Hokas, because I was having issues with my feet. So Hokas, if you don't know what Hokas are, they're really expensive shoes just to be walking around in. So I told her, I said, if I win, I want a pair of Hokas, because I refused to buy it. I bought my first two pair on my own. No, maybe I only bought one and she bought me the other one. But I refused to buy them just simply because they cost too much money, in my opinion. I feel like it should be gifted. So that's what I decided that I want my challenge gift to be if I win. She hasn't told me what hers yet is, but the moral of the story is that she knows that I like a challenge, and I'm very competitive, and this was the perfect way to segue me back into fasting. So Monday, what day is it? The 4th is a Sunday today. So Monday the 5th is when all of it starts. And I'm gonna take you guys on the journey with me. I am back. I'm gonna try to be very active because you guys motivate me. I know it feels like that might not be the case because I haven't posted, but like I said, there was a lot going on. I'm very motivated. I thought about doing a new segment for the channel, and basically it's kind of going to be like, because I know you guys love the food that I eat, like you like seeing that, so it's kind of going to be like a little mini food review, but it's going to be with a twist. And the twist is it's going to be based off of fasting, because that's what we're here to do, right? That's why you look at this channel. So it'll be, hey, I ate this and it was worth, you know, a 16-hour fast, or it's worth a a 90-hour fast, waiting 90 hours to eat it. The food is that good. So I think it'll be fun. We'll see how it does. If you guys like it, let me know. If not, then I'll probably squash it. So we'll see how it does. I'll do it for a little bit and we'll see how it does. But I did want to give a special thanks to Miss White and T for commenting on the video saying, hey, when are you coming back? We need motivation. I love it. I thank you. It motivated me to say, hey, you need to get started. So thank you both for just taking time out of your day to send me a comment and say, hey, we need you back. You know, you motivate us, all of that stuff, because while I motivate you guys also motivate me, and it's very helpful in my journey. So I thank you both. I hope everybody's been doing good. I'd love to hear how you guys been doing. And I will catch you in the next video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you've stayed this long, I really appreciate it. And let's get started on this journey.